Yeah, you can't go any further. You're pulling, I know. That's as far as you can go. The picket stops there. So frustrating, I know. So frustrating. That's as far as you can go. You're stuck. Yeah, look at that. Today is the first day our 4 bucklings are on pickets. It's their first time. They have been walked on leashes for a while before this, so they are used to, being dragged around. But they never have been attached to pickets before. And so far, it seems like they're doing okay. They've been exploring the limits of how far they can go so far. And this picket might be a little bit long. This is the other buckling's shelter. Theirs is way over there. So I might have to shorten it a little bit. Our 3 adult does are taking a turn in our cattle panel pen thing so they can be more in the woods eating brush. They've only had access to pasture for a long time, and the bucklings have been in the woods eating stuff. So I figured it was about time to let the mamas have a turn foraging in the forest and have the bucklings have a turn on the pasture. Isn't Penny's new halter pretty? It's all blue. Hey Tessa, you're so pretty. You are so pretty. And Millie too. Oh, this camera makes them look so pretty. I mean, they look pretty in real life too, but this camera does a really good job. Oh, you guys are so pretty, yeah. You trying to get that tree? You're doing a good job. You almost got it. There's leaves all around you, Tessa. You don't have to eat that bark. I don't imagine it tastes very good. Silly girl. Oh good, you finally found some leaves to eat. Good girl. So far it looks like both pairs of bucklings are doing pretty good. No one's getting tangled. They're both eating. They've both found the shade at one time or another, even if it is the wrong shade. That's not yours, bubs. Looks like Fili has a bit of blood on his head from, I'm assuming, headbutting the other goats, which isn't abnormal. He seems to be the one who gets cuts on his head the most. I don't know why he keeps fighting so hard. I'd imagine it would hurt, having a cut on your head. But I'll see him go up to a goat and start headbutting them. So I guess he likes it. I don't know. But they're all doing good so far, so I'm gonna go do the rest of my chores and come check back on them later. Make sure they don't get tangled with each other, or don't get tangled with each other that way either. Hi! Hi, Nori. You're so pretty. Cute little aprons. Good boy. Okay, so I've been busy inside most of the day, and it's the afternoon now, and it's raining, and I just looked out the window to check on the bucklings, and it looks like Kili is somehow stuck, and Fili looks like he's off of the picket by the mamas. Did you get wrapped around a bush? You got a bath? I'm so sorry, Bubba. Here, let's untangle you. And it looks like Fili broke the thing that's attaching the leash to his thing. Okay, you're free. The shelter is this way. Figure it out. Come on. Come on, figure it out. No. Okay, so I need to get a new rope for Fili. The rain won't hurt you. You just don't like it. Those ropes are kind of old, so I'm not super surprised they broke. And thankfully, nothing bad happened. I'll just have to catch him and reattach him to the picket. Okay, got the rope. The raining is mostly stopped, so I can close the umbrella. You still haven't figured out how to go in your shelter. You just walk, like right there, okay? I'm coming, good boy. Thanks for staying still. And of course you come by the ladies. But you have your buck apron on, so we don't have to worry about you breeding them. Okay, so now I have a little loop attached to his thingy so I can easily strap him on to the thing again. Come on, let's go. I know. We've been walking them on leashes for a while. but they're not really used to it still quite yet. Come on, this way. It stopped raining. Fili is reattached to his leash, and sadly he's, oh yeah, here's the old leash. Looks like it came untied or broke or something. That is always a risk with high brush, is that they get tangled in it. It doesn't happen very often, but it does sometimes. But some good news, looks like these two aren't tangled at all and stay nice and dry. Good boys, good boys. You're so clean now though with all the rain you got. So clean. What are you freaking out about? You're fine. What is it? The rain has stopped. You're with your brother again. You're not with the girls anymore. You're just freaking out. Maybe you're just complaining to me. Oh yeah, this is something they'll have to learn. When one pulls one direction, the other one has to go that direction too. Yeah, you have to learn all these new things. It's okay. I don't want to pet you because you're really stinky, but you guys are both okay. You're fine. Calm down, you're fine. I don't know if you can see him, but there's a little puppy, or I guess a big puppy. You hiding, good boy? You look blue in this camera. Very strange. He's not blue. Good boy. So I touched on this briefly before, but I wanted to reiterate that teaching goats to be on pickets is super easy. All you do is stick them out on the pickets and check on them and let them figure it out for themselves. We have already taught these bucklings how to behave on leashes. Well, at least we've given them practice. They're not really good at it yet, but they have some practice with that already, so that helps a little bit. But when we first taught Millie and Arya, our first goats, to behave on pickets, they hadn't been used to a leash at all, and they still did fine. It takes them a little while to get used to pulling and not being able to escape, and to get used to, you know, when one runs, the other gets pulled if they run fast enough. And they have to get used to, you know, especially our first two does, they would run as fast as they could and then get yanked back. But these guys are used to it more, I guess. I don't know. They're not doing that as much. Especially in those first few days, their feet sometimes get tangled up in the chain, and they have to learn to step out of the chain or to step out of the way. But pretty quickly they learn, you know, to avoid the chain or step over it or to move so that they don't tangle each other. And most of the time they untangle themselves just fine, even at the beginning, unless of course you have a whole bunch of tall weeds like you do right now. But even though Fili and Kili did get tangled, as you can see, Ori and Nori have the same access to brush, and they haven't gotten tangled. The one thing you have to do is check on them, make sure they're not tangled on each other or tangled on things, especially as they're getting used to it. I'm going to start working on different projects and let the bucklings continue their first day on pickets. What are you doing? Are you stuck? Why are you being so vocal? You're usually just as quiet as the others. Are you okay? You want the girls? Is that the problem? I don't know. That's all I can think of. You'll be fine, boo. You'll be fine. I know. Pickets are frustrating and hard. Is your foot tangled? Just like, yeah, there we go. Lift it over a little bit. You're fine. Bye. It is nighttime now, and we've had quite an eventful happening. Fili and Kili, I guess, pulled their steak out of the ground. And they were kind of running wild. They got caught in a few things and got themselves uncaught, and they came up here. So I temporarily tied them to our fence here. So, well, at least we can, it's easy to bring them to the barn. It's just right over there. So we'll do these two and then do Ori and Nori after them. Okay, all four of the bucklings are safe and sound in the barn. This was a very eventful first time picketing. Just like it's not abnormal for goats to get tangled on high brush sometimes, it's also not super abnormal for them to pull out their picket, especially in the place they were. It was very, very wet and soft and kind of mushy, more so than other places around the property. So if they were going to pull out, it was most likely going to be there. So 2 things that only happen sometimes happened on the same day to the same pair of bucklings. But Ori and Nori were great the whole time. But regardless of how it went, their first day of being trained to pickets is over. It's only going to get better from here. They're going to get more used to the restraints of pickets and more used to walking around them. So I'm going to end the video here. I hope you boys are ready for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Did you like your first day of picketing? Did you like it? Are you ready for tomorrow too? It'll be easier tomorrow.